Hi everyone, my name's Len. I'm one of the team members here at East Coast Art Party. I'd like to welcome everyone online. Damon's just behind me, or in front of me here, and we just realized this is our biggest art party ever, and there's no one in the studio. I would like to send a real special welcome to all the kids who are all set to paint our rainbow poop emoji here, or Forkie. I haven't seen the movie yet, so my apologies. I will have lots of time to do that over the next few weeks, I'm sure. Before we get started, I just wanted to kind of go through a little rundown of everything that we should have in front of you to make these awesome paintings. The first thing that we're going to need, obviously, paint. We've got 5 different colors, even though Damon always says black and white aren't really colors. So we've got white, we've got yellow, we've got green, we've got blue, red, and black. So 5 different colors, and I'll zoom in here shortly to show you that. We've got a mixing plate, as well as a palette with all your paint on it. A couple napkins, because things might get messy, and 3 brushes, your small brush, your medium brush, and your large brush. And that should be pretty much it. Besides the canvases, you should be all set to go. We're going to do some a little bit of trivia, while things are drying as we go through the day. And like I said, everybody's kind of stuck at home. We're happy to do this for you guys. It actually works out pretty well because this is very instructional. And I'm going to try to get to some questions. I'm going to be behind the camera, so feel free if something happens, I'll try to respond to you, or if you get lost, or if you want us to slow down or speed up. Keep in mind that we've got a couple of 100 people that are doing it at the same time, so we're going to try to keep it at a good pace. With that being said, actually, you know what? Here's what I want to know before we get started, and I get Damon in here, who's our artist guy. I want to know who's the furthest away. If you think, okay, so we know there's people tuning in from off the island. I would love to know, throw in the comments, who is actually trying this out from the furthest away. So I'm going to say anywhere from outside the Maritimes, because I think we have some people outside there. So it'd be just cool to see. With that being said, I don't think there's much else to talk about. I'm going to bring Damon in, and I hope you guys have fun. And so we've got one tonight as well. There were the bigger canvases, the 16 by 20s. Doesn't matter, you can do them on 8 by 10s if you like. But depending on how today goes, we may be doing a lot more of these. We've got a lot of things that we can do, and we could probably do them, daily if it goes well and if you guys enjoy it. So love to hear your feedback as well. Make sure you follow the page. So with that being said, I'm going to bring in our coffee drinking artist extraordinaire, Damon Roberts, our full-time guy, and hope you guys have fun. All right, do this up, buddy.
All right, we're ready to go. All right, so 2 things that Len didn't mention that you are going to need. One of them is a pencil, because we do have to do a little bit of drawing after we get going there. And the second important, that is your cup of coffee. Always need your cup of coffee. All right. So the first thing we're going to do for both of these is fairly simple. We're going to take our largest brush, and we have to make a light blue. Now you can see Forkie's a little bit darker, and our poop emoji is a little bit lighter. Now this could be any color you want. Doesn't have to be light blue. If you want to change that up, do some green, some orange. By all means, you can do any colors you like. I'm going to stick with these 2. So whenever you're mixing colors, you always want to start with your lightest color first. So we're going to take, with our large brush, a couple big scoops of white over to our mixing plate. We start off with some white. And then you just start adding little tiny bits of blue and stirring it together, getting it lighter and lighter.
So what are we making there? Light blue?
We're making a light blue here.
Light blue, painting or mixing the white and blue. I'm gonna try to zoom in there a little bit.
There we go, we got a nice light blue.
Yep. There you go.
Perfect. So for the Forkie one, if you're painting Forkie, we're not going to start painting with our light blue just yet. We're going to put a few pencil lines on. But for the poop emoji, with this light blue, you guys got the easy part here. All you have to do is paint your entire canvas with this light blue. So if you're doing Forkie, just give me 1 minute to paint this light blue, and then I'll get you guys started. If you're painting the poop emoji, just go ahead and paint your whole canvas with that light blue or whichever color you decided to use. Make sure you really spread out the paint too. We don't want any big clumps of paint in there because we do want this to dry somewhat quickly because we're going to have to draw on it afterwards. So just really spread that out. Also, another important thing is always paint the sides and the edges of your canvas. So the top edge, these sides. You can wait to do the bottom edge for just a couple minutes because we'll flip it upside down and that'll make it nice and easy to paint the bottom edge.
So you're just painting the whole thing?
The whole thing with that background light blue.
Light blue, yeah, okay.
That one. Toss my brush in the water there. Now for Forkie. Len, can we zoom a little bit on here?
Yeah, yeah.
Because Forkie, we got to do a little bit of drawing first. We good?
We're good. Nice and slow for everyone.
All right.
Yep.
So whenever you're drawing anything, instead of putting your pencil on and so I'll put that in nice and slow and then I'll leave it here for a little while. And then we'll move on a little bit more. So light little strokes.
Drawing a big oval there. It's a little faint on our screen here,
Yeah,
so.
I can make mine a little darker. You guys go nice and light. I'm going to go a little darker on this. How's that? Can you see that?
Looks like a big egg.
Big egg. That's what we're looking for. Nice big egg. to continue on with a little bit, oh, I got a little blue on there. A little bit of a rectangle down at the bottom for his neck. I think my Forkie's a little lopsided. That's all right.
You can make it work.
Oh, yeah. But there's no such thing as a mistake, only interesting solutions. So maybe he's just looking up that way today. Excuse me. So we got this nice little rectangle down at the bottom for his neck. We're going to go back up to the top of him here, and we're going to put in a few little loops to turn him into, well, a spork. So start with the middle one. Again, you guys do this nice and light. I'm going to go a little bit darker on mine so that you can see it. So I put in those nice little loops for the time work, and then I just erased the middle lines. Now, for the poop emoji, once you have that background painted with that light blue or whichever color you picked, you need to clean out your brush and dry it off. That's always really important. We don't want any crusty brushes. And then we need to let that dry for a little bit. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time with Forkie here, and then we're going to do some drying for that poop emoji. How are we doing on the drawing of Forkie? We're doing all right?
I think they're doing okay. Judging by comments, we're doing all right. Just a few questions. Obviously, we've got over 400 people here, so we're trying to happy medium with our timing and everything else. But yeah, I think you're good to go.
Perfect. And yeah, Len will answer any of the questions. If he has any that he can't answer, he can fire them at me, and we'll take care of that. Okay. So for Forkie, you have your large brush with that light blue color we made, or whichever color you chose to make. I'm going to make my light blue just a little bit darker from the poop emoji that I'm doing. But everybody's color is going to be a little bit different. Nothing wrong with that. So I just made my color a little bit darker than the poop emoji. Just because we're doing Forkie. And with that large brush and this blue color, we're going to paint everything outside of Forkie. Again, we're painting the sides of the canvas, But everything outside of those pencil lines. We don't want this too thick either. Spread out that paint.
Laura just said, pull out a blow dryer in case the kids get a little too thick on the paint to help it dry.
Yep, definitely.
So I'm thinking once we get this blue on, we'll go back to the poop emoji.
Once we get this blue on, we'll be back to poop emoji in just 1 second. So yes.
No, that's what I'm. Yeah, sorry. They're just people are wondering about the pace, and they're just kind of like, you know, for folks that want us to slow down. We're doing 2, and you should be doing sort of one or the other at any given time.
Yes, we'll be right back at the poop emoji. I'll speed this a little bit up. So after you get that blue on for Forkie, you want to take your medium brush and white, and you just want to paint Forkie with a thin coat of white. I will do that on mine quickly so that I can go right back to the poop emoji. So with Forkie, I'll say it one more time. We paint all the outside with a thin coat of paint, making sure you get the edges of the canvas. And then you paint the inside of Forkie with a thin coat of paint. Sorry, thin coat of white paint.
Oh.
All right?
Yeah, I think we're good. So just so that people know that since we're doing 2, you're going a little faster than sort of what would typically people would, and just because you're doing 2 and you want to have 2 different paintings going on at the same time.
I want to keep everybody busy.
Everybody should be busy. That's
Everybody
right.
should be busy.
Yeah.
All right. So back to the poop emoji. We're going to take our pencil. We're going to do a little bit of drawing. Now this is just nice long ovals. We're going to put 3 ovals on, and then just a couple of triangles. So light pencil lines. I'll make mine darker once I get them on here.
here, I know you're going to make it
I'm gonna make
darker,
it a
but
little
is there a certain shape that they should be going for?
It's 3 ovals stacked on top of each other. See how there's a nice big one on the bottom? And then a smaller one. I'm sure the kids know how to draw a poop emoji. Come on. Kids,
They may have more experience
kids
than
teach
me.
your parents how to paint or draw a poop emoji. I'm sure you got this. There we go. Is that dark enough for everybody to see?
No, it's not.
No.
No. Oh, there, now right there, yeah. Just so that when we go in a little closer. All right.
I'll leave him up for a minute.
Yeah, so it's this would be a good time to do a trivia question if I had one. Just because people are catching up and people are doing.
Oh, I've got a few.
All right, good job.
Always got some good ones. All right, how about this for a trivia question?
All right, well, hold on. Before you ask the question,
Okay.
I'm going to go by the comments on, and we will take. The very first answer is going to get a $5 off coupon to any of our events. Now, for the people that are off island, keep in mind right now we only have events in Moncton, Fredericton, and PEI. So anybody else that's in the U.S. or in the Ontario or whatever, maybe just skip this one or tell your kids, and then they'll say you were the smartest one. All right, trivia question.
All right, this is one of my favorites. It comes from the Jurassic Park movies. So when they were making the Jurassic Park movies, they used. Wait one second.
Yeah, I just want to see you so you can see. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So when they were making the Jurassic Park movies, to get the T-Rex's roar, they used a bunch of different animals, but they also used one type of bird to get that roar. What was that bird? So, if you have any comments or any guesses, fire them into the comments there. Len will read them off. So, Forkie people, you need to let your painting dry for a little bit, or blow dryer, fan it. I did put a few more little pencil lines on there just to define where face is. So I'm going to leave those up there. Make them a little darker here, just so you guys have something to do.
All right, I've got some.
Got some guesses already.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of guesses, but we're just gonna let her go for a little while here.
Let's give her a little bit of time, and then I'll take a look at those. But for the poop emoji, now we got to start on all these colors.
Hold on, buddy. I'm just getting. Can you re-explain the ovals and triangles?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And that's on the poop emoji, is it?
That's on the poop emoji.
Okay.
So you zoom in a little bit here.
You got that? Yep.
All right. So there's a nice big oval right at the bottom here. Nice long one. So there's 3 total. the next one up top, or right above it, it's just a little bit shorter, a little bit smaller. Same with the third one. Just another oval. So it's 3 ovals stacked on top of each other. We have a little triangle.
Kind of a slopey triangle.
Yeah, it's got a curve on it. And then a nice triangle for the unicorn horn right here. So 3 ovals stacked on top of each other. They just get smaller as they go up.
All right.
All right.
Tony just noticed your Pac-Man socks.
Yes. Yes.
Got the Pac-Man socks on.
My sock game is good.
Good sock game.
All right, so poop emoji. We got to start making some colors.
Okay, now before...
Oh,
Just one sec. What's the answer to the trivia question?
are we going to tell them now?
Yeah.
The answer is a penguin. They used a penguin.
Ooh, so I'll go back in the comments and whoever answered penguin.
Yeah, pretty random, but they used a penguin. Can they see Forkie in that shot right now?
In this shot, yes, you can, but you can't see... actually, you know what? Maybe I'm just going to move this light a bit. Because maybe it's just glaring. Oh, shoot. I just want to see if that's a little better for contrast.
Stick with us. This is all trial and error. This
Oh
is
yeah,
first
big
doing
time,
it.
big time. Any chance you can just turn that the easel a little bit closer, like more straight on to us? Yeah, something.
Now the copy's out of reach.
We'll move that closer. There we go. There, just see what that's like. That's a little better.
All right.
I'm gonna zoom in on our 2 paintings here.
Okay, so poop emoji. We're gonna start making some colors. First one we're gonna make is pink. So with our medium brush, again, we always start off with white. Take a couple little scoops of white and start adding little bits of red into it till you get a pink that you like. And when you're mixing colors, try not to spread it out over your entire mixing plate. Try and keep it in little areas. Because with this guy, we do have a lot of colors to make. It's a rainbow. Alright. I'm happy with that pink.
Gonna get a little closer there now. There we go. Okay, so now we got nice and in focus, and we got ourselves the pink.
Yep.
Which was just repeat that again because I think it was out of the frame.
Oh, sorry. So the pink, again, you start with just a couple scoops of white, and you just start adding little bits of red and stirring it together till you get a nice pink that you like. And with this pink, we're gonna start off the first color on our rainbow poop emoji. So I'm just following the pencil lines that we put in first. Just on the left side. We're just going to be doing little strips of colors.
What brush are you using there?
I'm using the medium brush. Don't worry, Forkie people. I will be back over there in 1 second. Now I'm going to do one more color on this, and then I'm going to jump back to the Forkie people. So that'll give you guys time to get caught up. The next color in our little rainbow after pink is just red. So we're just going right beside our pink. Starting off nice and skinny.
That's just straight red?
Just straight red. Did we have anybody guess penguin?
I think for the trivia question, I will have to go back. I'm fairly certain I saw some penguins here. But after the video's over, I'll go and find.
Okay.
We had some. Well, I know we've had it. I know we have at least one person who answered it correctly.
It'd be great if it was only one person, eh?
Yeah. Wow. That'd be a great
One person
question.
out of 500.
Yeah. I don't know where you found that question.
It's
That's
a good
one.
trivia question.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna bounce over here to Forkie. While the poop emoji's just doing those two colors. Don't worry, I'll come right back. For Forkie, we're gonna do the color for his brow. Now this isn't just straight red. This is red mixed with a little tiny bit of white. Just to lighten it up a touch. We're not looking for a real pink. It's just lighten it up a shade. So with the medium brush, I took just a tiny bit of white.
Maybe just zoom, like when you paint, when you mix it up, just bring it a little closer to the camera just so that people can see. Oh, and it's zoomed in, so there you go. Yeah. Yeah.
So this one down here is for Forkie's brow. So it's white, which is a little, or sorry, it's red with just a little bit of white. So it's not pink, it's just a lighter shade of red.
That's good.
And with that color and the medium brush, go right ahead and paint in his little unibrow. So while you guys are painting in his unibrow, we'll go back to the poop emoji. Because we need to make orange. So with that medium brush, you can clean it out. You're going to start with a couple scoops of yellow, because yellow is lighter than red.
Maybe just it's zoomed out, so yeah, just stay inside in front of the yeah, exactly, perfect.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So we're going to start with a couple scoops of yellow. Then we're going to add little bits of red into it until you get an orange that you like. And orange comes right after the red.
Anybody else out there also think his orange looks like the color poop?
The poop looks that color.
I could be in trouble, yeah.
Did everybody stock up on TV? That's the question.
That'll be the trivia question reward.
Yes.
Got some rolls of TP.
Rolls of toilet paper. All right, Forkie, I'm coming back to you in 1 second. We're just going to do another color here for the poop emoji. So instead of just doing straight yellow for our next color, we're going to start off with some white on our mixing plate, and then we're going to add some yellow to it. Stir it together. This will give us a brighter yellow. It'll cover over our blue a little bit better. So again, that's with a clean medium brush. Some white, add some yellow to it, and then that's your next string. So even if you're still working on the orange, that's fine. This will just be your next step.
So any tips on the shape, like you're kind of going from one side, kind of following to the other side where it kind of makes a transition to the bumps are on the other side?
That is a very good question.
Yeah.
So, the easiest way I can explain it is pointed out here. On the left-hand side where we started, the bumps are all on the left. So that's the same with the pink, the red, the orange. We followed those bumps on the left-hand side of the yellow. The different part here is when we got to the right-hand side of the yellow, we just switched those bumps to the other side. Because with these other colors, that's what we're going to follow. Does that make sense to everybody? Does that make sense to you, Len?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, thanks.
Right. If Len can understand it, your kid's got this.
You're not wrong.
Okay, Forkie. Right there.
Actually, why don't we just take a quick, maybe even 5 minutes,
Yep.
and just let people either get caught up or you
Okay.
know, sort of see what's going on, and then we can answer any questions as well.
I think that's great. Sure.
Yeah. All right. So for folks that are watching and listening, feel free to ask any sort of questions or requests, or we can take some of the examples and get them a little closer to you. But if you do have any questions, let me know. But we'll let everybody sort of get caught up. So for just 5 minutes, so we'll kind of resume at 11:45, 4 minutes from now.
Perfect.
Yeah. Crazy, we still get over 400 folks.
Lovely.
We have, I wish it was like a wired connection, just because of how many people we have. I feel like it might be a little throttled, but. Stephen Arms is wondering, who inspired you to be an artist?
Who inspired me to be an artist?
Yeah.
I don't think it was just one person. I've been sketching and drawing since I was 2 feet tall. And just kept on practicing and learning and making mistakes. Best way to learn.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Did you watch Bob Ross when you were young?
Oh, of course. Bob Ross is a legend. Love Bob Ross. Nobody saw I got a Bob Ross pin on my apron.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can't see it. Jessica Wilkins, what type of paint is the best to use? We are using Crayola washable paint. That's probably not going to be the thickest.
Yeah, Crayola washable, that's going to be a little bit thinner. It's more watered down. Where we use acrylic, it's academic grade acrylic. So it's just a little bit thicker. It's got a little bit less water in it. Some of the thinner paints, you do have to do multiple coats. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, no, that's all right.
Get back in the shot
Just-
here.
One of those things when
Yeah.
people see who's talking. Another question. Do you have any tips for an 11-year-old artist?
Keep trying. Honestly, keep trying. Right? Most of the way I learned was by making mistakes. And then you learn how to fix them and you keep on trying. I mean, I even pointed out, my Forkie's a little crooked this time. That's fine. I'll straighten them up when we get some black, and there's always a way to fix it.
Nice. Keep practicing.
Keep practicing.
Keep going.
Keep trying.
So another minute here, folks, and then we'll start again. What'd you say? What percentage are we through both of them?
We're definitely over halfway. Forkie doesn't have too many steps left. He's a little bit simpler. Our poop emoji, not too much either.
Yeah, it's a little bit of black on the end, right?
Yeah. Black. I always say black to the end.
Okay.
Right. That's when we do some outlining and whatnot. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So yeah, we got another couple of seconds here, and then we'll get her going.
Sounds good. Chair's really squeaky. What are you chuckling at over there, bud?
How do I, Jolene? How do I stop messy painting?
Oh, you don't.
My Forkie is a little smudged.
Forkie had a rough day. All right.
Yeah, happens.
Yeah. He had a rough go. That's fine.
All right.
One thing.
Sorry, go ahead.
One thing. If by chance you smudged, say, some of your blue into your Forkie or anything like that, the best thing to do to fix it is to stop, to let it dry. Then you can put more paint on top of it, because if the blue smudges into your white and it's wet, if you try to paint it right away, the entire thing's just going to turn blue. So if you wait till it's dry, then the white will help cover it, or whichever color. All right. Excuse me. All right, what color? Now we're going to make a color for Forkie's mouth. This one's a little different. So with the medium brush again, you're going to start with a scoop of white. You're going to add about half a scoop of blue. Stir that together.
Yeah, I think folks might when paint, like when they're mixing paint, get color.
Yeah.
That's when it takes a little bit of time, you know. So
Okay.
to explain sort of like when you say a scoop, you know, a lot of folks wouldn't know exactly what that means.
Okay. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. So yeah, a scoop is basically stick your brush in and scoop up as much as you can. That's one scoop.
Yeah.
Different size brushes, gonna give you different amounts, but just one big scoop.
And you don't need a whole lot of paint.
No.
You know, less is more.
So I took a scoop of white, about half the amount of blue, stirred that together, gives us a light blue. Now we're going to add in just a tiny, tiny touch of yellow. Just a little tiny, tiny bit. So you can barely stick your brush in your yellow.
Okay, they wouldn't have saw that, buddy, but I guess, yeah.
Show them this.
Yeah, get up a little closer with the...
This side, that side.
Yep, yeah, that right around there. Just a touch.
Just a little.
The tip of the brush.
Just a hair.
Yep, tip of the brush.
And we're going to stir that together. Gives us that nice tealy color.
Sure does.
And that's for Forkie's mouth. For the poop emoji, you guys want to get started. Next color you got to make is green. I'll do that in 1 second. But to make green, you start with yellow and you add blue to it. You can do whatever shade green you want. If you want it darker, just add some more blue. If you want a little bit lighter, you can add a tiny bit of white. whenever you're finished that green, the next color over is just blue. Just straight blue. So make sure you clean out your brush really well and dry it off. And then just do a little blue strip. And then I'll bounce over to Forkie. Very squeaky chair.
Yeah, it is a squeaky chair.
Okay, so for Forkie, one more color we gotta make is a really light pink. So again, you start with some white, and you add just a little tiny bit, show you there, little tiny bit of red, because we're looking for like a really light pink. This is just for his cheek, so you don't need very much of it. Just really light. He's got those rosy cheeks.
Zoom in a little. Yeah, there you go. That's perfect. So it's that middle one. Eh?
Yep. That one. So when you have that light pink made, wipe your brush off on your paper towel. You don't have to wash it, just wipe it off. Just so there's not a lot of paint on there. We want to get those big globs off. We're going to pick up just a little bit of paint, and then I'm just wiping it on the side of my plate. Now we're just going to do little circles so it's nice faint pink for his cheeks. I'll move this painting a little closer in a second here, because I know it might be hard to see this. But very, very, very small amounts of paint.
Rosy.
Rosy cheeks.
Rosy cheeks.
So back to the poop emoji. After you have your green and your blue strip, we gotta make purple. To make purple, start with red. And add blue into that. This is gonna give us a dark purple. So we're actually, with this color, once we make it, we're gonna start on the far side.
Just you went a little quick there. Can
Oh,
you
sorry.
go back into the whole purple making? Like
Purple, yes.
maybe remake it on another. Just get another plate.
All right, fresh plate.
There you go, fresh plate. All right, here we go. So scoop of red.
Scoop of red.
Yep.
Start us off with scoop of red. And then start adding little bits of blue at a time. Because you can always add more. So you just start with a little bit of blue, stir it together. We need that a little bit more purple. Just add a little bit more blue, and stir it together. Till you get a nice dark purple. Can we all see that?
Yeah, that looks good. Like, yep.
Perfect. So with the dark purple, we're not going right next to the blue this time. We're going to go to the other side. We're going to follow our pencil lines. So we're going to leave a little space in between our dark purple and our blue.
One sec there. It says live video has been interrupted. Okay, now we're back.
All right, we're back. I'll repeat that.
Yeah.
So with the dark purple, we're not going right next to our blue. We're going to go next to our pencil lines on the right-hand side. So we're going to leave a little space in between our dark purple and our blue.
Sure, yeah, okay.
Now, I'll tell you about the next step before I jump back over to Forkie. After you have your dark purple, and there's that little space in between our blue and our purple, we're going to pick up some white on our brush and we're going to stir it into our dark purple. Gives us a light purple. And this light purple, just to fill that last little strip.
Oh. Is that somebody picking up?
No, that was for me to go feed the meter.
Is this the Mary?
Yeah.
Here you go, dear. All right. I think we're both getting part. Whoops. If anybody from the city of Charlottetown's out there, help us out.
His is a Tesla and mine, you'll see it. Alright, so just to repeat that, we made our dark purple and we followed our pencil lines on the right-hand side of our poop emoji. After the dark purple, we took white and we stirred it into our purple, gave us light, and we just painted in that last strip. So I'll let you guys finish that. I'm going to jump over to Forkie here, because he doesn't really have too much left. But I'm going to spend some time on him, and then we'll come back and we'll keep going on this poop emoji. Both of these are in the shot, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I'll just go like this. All right, Forkie. Now for the fun part. You need to take your little tiny brush, your small brush, and we're going to be outlining in black. Now, a couple of tips with this. Before you start, don't start just yet. Because with your paintbrush, whenever you're doing black and outlining, hold it close to the bristles, right close to the tip there, like you would a pen or a pencil. You have better control over it when you get close in there. And the lighter you press it against the canvas, the skinnier your line will be. So go slow, take your time. This is going to take me a little while. We're going to outline. You go nice and slow. There is no rush on this. You want to take your time. So little bits of black on your little brush, and we'll start outlining.
Slow down, bud. You know what I mean? Just like don't rush through it or whatever it is.
Now's probably a good time for another trivia question.
You got one?
I do.
I love it.
Of course I do.
All right. Perfect.
Let's ask a trivia question while we're all focused on this.
All right.
All right. So the question is, how many pounds was the largest cookie ever made?
No Googling.
Yeah, no Googling.
No Googling. Take a guess. 650 pounds.
Oh, he's way off. Those are rookie numbers. You gotta bump those numbers way up. That's a big cookie. So how many pounds was it? We'll let that go for a little bit. I'll do some more outlining, and then we'll come see what your guys' answers are.
Okay. We got. All right, here. Let's start. Okay, so 45 to 50, 3,000 pounds.
Higher.
Okay, we got 40,000 pounds.
It's lower than 40,000, but that's close.
38,000 pounds.
Lower than 38,000.
Wow, okay. I'm going down, scrolling down. You got 50,000, you got 110 pounds. Like, holy smokes. So it's lower than 40,000. 23,000?
Higher.
Higher than 23.
Higher than 23,000. And lower than 40.
This is pounds, right?
This is pounds.
Okay, we've got 37,000.
Oh, getting closer, but it's low. Lower than that.
34,000.
Spot on.
34,000.
Who's
Anita
that?
Harper.
Yeah.
Anita Harper. Guess 34,000.
34,000 pounds.
Holy smokes!
Largest cookie ever made. Yeah.
Wow. All right. You hear that, PEI artisans? Let's get to it.
Let's bake that cookie.
Yeah. Holy smokes. It's a big cookie.
So I only outlined the outside of Forkie right now, just because I want to let you guys get caught up. So I'm going to go back to our poop emoji. So poop emoji, with your little tiny brush, we need some more of that pink. So the one that we made to start. So if we have to make more of that, we don't need very much. You start with white and you add red into it and stir it together till you get pink. Because this pink is going to be for his tongue.
So that was some red and white and
White and red.
white and red.
That's it.
Yeah, so just a little bit of red, right?
Yeah, yeah. We don't need very much. This is the same color pink that we first made. Right here. And right on the bottom, on the yellow, we're going to put his little tongue. I'll move this closer.
Yeah, that's good.
Just a little bit of pink for his tongue.
So we're using a small brush and just kind of, what kind of shape is that? It's kind of like a
It's a tongue shape.
half circle.
It's a tongue shape.
Tongue shape. That is a squeaky chair.
It is a very squeaky chair. Alright, so we'll be running out to get some WD-40 for this chair afterwards.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah.
Or make you stand, get some exercise.
No, I'm comfy. If they're sitting at home, I can sit here.
I don't disagree. I don't think any of the kids are sitting though.
No, probably not.
Kids aren't sitting.
Alright. Poop emoji. One more color to make. Then we can start on some outlining. The last color you guys have to make. Just grab it here. I'll use our blue plate that I just dropped. we're going to take a scoop of white, just with the little brush. We don't need very much. Just some white. And you're going to add just a little tiny bit of yellow. Just a little pinprick of yellow. That color, excuse me, is for the horn. Yep. All right, back over to Forkie while they're doing that. We're still using our little tiny brush in black. And we're still going to be outlining. We'll outline his unibrow. We'll outline his eyes. And his mouth. You guys are outlining that. We can start the poop emoji on some outlining. So, poop emoji. With your little tiny brush and little bits of black, we're going to start outlining. We'll go around the outside of this first before we add any little details. And again, hold your paintbrush close to the bristles. All right. You have more control over it that way. And the lighter, excuse me, the lighter you press it against the canvas, the skinnier your line's gonna be. So if you just go lightly, you'll get a nice skinny line.
You're outlining the whole thing, very lightly pressing.
Yep. Well, since we're outlining, everybody's really focused. It's a good time for another trivia.
All right, we got two so far, two winners.
Right on. What color are a zebra's stripes when it's born? See, we're painting and learning, right? No school, but we're going to learn today. What color are a zebra's stripes when they're born?
No Googling.
Well, you guys are outlining the outside of that. I'm just going to jump right back over to Forkie real quick because we're almost done him. With Forkie, still with your little brush and still with black, we got to put his little eyeballs in. So we're going to start off, excuse me, we're going to start off with just little dots. Kind of looks a little creepy like that. You start off with little dots. I think Len likes it. I think we're going to leave it like this.
Yeah, it looks.
This is our new painting.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he's great. But we start off with those two little dots, and then you just slowly start making that dot bigger and bigger. Keep going around and around.
Forkie looks very surprised. This should be even better when you got one eye.
Oh yes, once I get the one done. There we go. Beautiful. So you can see we started with just a little tiny dot, and then we just kept on making it bigger and bigger until we got a nice big dot.
Now he looks funny.
I got a couple of big circles. One more thing we got to do with Forkie is there's always a little reflection in the eyes. So we got to put a tiny white dot, but there's a trick to it. Instead of using the brush side of your little brush, use the back side of your little brush. So with the back side of it, dip it in white paint, and then go ahead and put a little dot of white. Do the same on the other eye. Little dot of white. And that's Forkie. We'll leave him right over there. So with poop emoji, we're still using that little brush and we're still using black. We gotta add in just a few more little details. And then the eyes. So right where the bottom of our ovals would be, we're going to put some little black lines. And I'll move this closer, get out of your way in a second.
We never answered the zebra question.
Oh no, we didn't. Did we have some guesses?
Oh, we've had a lot of guesses. A lot of guesses.
A lot of guesses?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you the answer.
When a zebra is born, it is.
The stripes are brown.
Yeah, there was a lot of people that said brown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So we'll have to go back and look at who won the $5 gift.
have to do a harder one then.
Well, we could do a hard one. Yeah. Yeah.
I like this one. This one came from Krista a long time ago. What color is a polar bear's fur? And it's not white.
I think I know this.
So I'm just doing a few little lines on my unicorn horn. And I'm going to put the mouth in before we do the eyes.
Any trick? I guess it's just as far as the small brush. Just because you got smaller lines on the horn as compared to like the outline.
It's just pressing lighter.
Pressing lighter. Okay.
That's the key. Is the lighter you press, the skinnier that line is. So I did some lines on the horn, and then I put in his mouth, outline that tongue. And the eyes for this poop emoji can be done the same way we did Forkie's. We start with just a dot. And then with little bits of black, just start making that dot bigger and bigger.
All right, what color are polar bears' fur?
I gotta give Chris the credit on this one, but a polar bear's fur is actually clear.
Oh,
It's kind of a trick question.
clear. That's not a color either, but okay, I'll hear what you're saying.
Okay. So I put in the eyes, starting off with small dots, making them bigger and bigger. Then you clean out that little brush, because we're just gonna outline this whole poop emoji with that little brush and a little strip of white. So we outlined our entire poop emoji with white. And then there's two little white accents kind of under his eyes. Can we see those?
Make him look tired. Yes.
He hasn't had his coffee today.
Hasn't had his coffee.
Forkie's surprised and he's tired. It works. And just like Forkie, for the eyes, you can add that little glint, that little reflection, which again will be done with the back side of our little brush. We dip it in white. This time we're actually going to put two on each.
One bigger than the other. How do you make the one bigger than the other?
You pick up a little bit more paint and just press a little harder.
All right.
And then there's always one more step. Always. And it's always the most important one. That last step is you gotta sign it.
Yeah.
You gotta sign your paintings. Now, how was that? Honestly, I was a little nervous.
You did great, buddy. You did great. Tell Damon you did great, everybody.
I think we did alright. I was a little nervous first time doing that. But yeah, I think that was a good time.
I think everybody enjoyed that, buddy.
Perfect.
All right, well, before we turn this off, I'm going to do a little zoom in on the step-by-step instructions we were given. They're pretty good replicas, I think. You did a pretty good job.
Do I keep my job?
Yeah, you can keep it for now. And so folks, thanks to Damon for doing that. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. There was probably a little bit of lag. We had over 500 people at one point. And we're going to try and fix that up for this evening's art party, virtual art party. But also, we have all kinds of supplies here. If folks need any of it, I posted the link in one of the comments there. And we're setting up schedules with our little sanitized station here for pickup, because we do want to minimize interaction. But and other than that, we hope to see you guys again. We're, like I said, going to do one tonight. We're probably going to announce another kids one for tomorrow. And with all that being said, this is going to upload so that people can watch if they missed out on a step or whatever. We're going to keep it right on the event till at least midnight tonight. So that being said, hope you guys have a great afternoon, and we'll see you later.